Hi guys, as you prepare to vote today and tomorrow, I thought I'll pitch in my bet. Some close friends of mine are very critical of President Trump's divisive governance, others about his personal flaws. But if you look at his track record, and this is something that I urge all of you to keep in mind when you decide to cast your vote, it's pretty good actually. Recently, he has appointed a third of the Supreme Court, and this is a court that's going to rein in the administrative state. This is a court that is going to protect our Bill of Rights from progressive assault. We also need to give him a lot of credit where he deserves it. One place is for the pre pandemic economy. The resurgence in the economy that he created because he eased the weight of political regulation that came to be during the Obama Biden years. The efforts that he made in tax reforms that made US corporations so much more competitive, the billions and billions of dollars that have been repatriated back home. We must also keep in mind his efforts to make America energy independent, a revolution that created so many well paying jobs that have raised wages. And not only this, he has done so much for minorities that the press doesn't speak about. In prison reform, creating opportunity zones, creating options for failing public schools. And for a moment, put aside his rhetoric and his tweeting. When you look at what he's achieved in foreign policy, exemplary. One may criticize his transactional view of foreign policy, or at least the rhetoric. But if you look at all of the things that he has achieved in the last 4 years, he has gotten us to leave the very flawed Iranian nuclear deal, the very unfair Paris Climate Accord. He's reigned in Iran. He got rid of that terrorist Iranian general. He has moved the US embassy to Jerusalem. And last month, he has been the peacekeeper when we got Israel and the GCC countries to sign the Abraham Accords. So this is a big breakthrough. And perhaps even more important, on China, he has isolated Huawei. And Pompeo recently visited many countries, India, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Vietnam. So the Trump administration has strengthened our relationships where it matters. India with Vietnam, Sri Lanka, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan. And he has done all of this in the face of one of the most fanatical oppositions that any administration has had. I mean, the Russia probe was a FBI attempt to side with the Clinton campaign. So while we may criticize his chaotic governance, his relentless tweets, but I guess we need to re-elect him to put a brake on the Democratic Party that has become increasingly radical. We need to re-elect him to keep the economic momentum going. We need to re-elect him to pursue all the things that remain to be pursued.